Hey guys, good morning. Well, I'm going to go over some trade profits that we have seen in our account lately because the alt season, I believe we might have pulled the linchpin today on alt season. I'll talk about that in just one second. What have profits look like? You guys probably ended up seeing the video I came out with yesterday of how XRP can hit $20 a cycle. That wasn't clickbait by any means. If you guys watch that and understand how the economics are working of the implementation of ISO as well as XRP, XLM, and Protocol 4217, how it actually works, watch that video on the channel. Guys, there's a reason why I truly believe we can get to that 15, 16, 17, even $20 mark by the end of this year. Quick update for you guys. We said yeehaw, we actually locked in. I'm not going to give away the exact coin on this because I want to keep it private for our members, but you guys know, obviously, everyone who's been following here, we locked in a 541% gain recently on a coin. I really felt like the technical analysis was strong there. I felt like, honestly, like a peaceful prompt from the Lord to be like, hey, it's time to take some profit here. And that was pretty awesome. This morning, we just took another win here for 421%. Again, I'm not giving this away publicly because I know our members have been paying, $49 a month, $65 a month for some time in the bear market. And so we're keeping that private. But if you guys want to join every single trade call we make, it's in the description. It's in what we call the future forecast. You've heard me talk about that a million times on this channel. So just want to say congratulations to guys, 241. Also, this morning we won another trade. We've had 0 losses in the last 18 months. There was a previous strategy where we did take losses. We restructured it and we have now gone 299 wins and 0 losses. And we just won the 10% trade on Bonk this morning as well. So all this is accessible in the description. Grab a membership. You get 25% off. And I'll just share with you guys all my buys and exits. It's that simple. Can I share something with you guys today that is just concerning me a tad bit on XRP? I was actually going to say this for the future forecast tomorrow, but I'm going to talk about tax software tomorrow to get you guys set up because we're starting to take profits like this. And I really feel like people are not properly educated on how to actually claim taxes. And I have a software I'm going to show you guys that I use personally with my CPA that's going to claim these profits and do just an absolute streamline. Tomorrow morning, the future forecast, I want you guys to understand how to use this software so all of your attention is focused on making gains this cycle, not worrying about filling out your 8949 tax form. You're going to get bogged down. You're just going to miss this cycle because you're worried about taxes. No, let me take that burden off your shoulders tomorrow morning. So can I show you this real quick? I am not trying to say this is going to happen for XRP, but it is something I just want you guys to be aware of. The pattern that I showed you guys in the previous XRP video was this pattern here that's been very accurate for quite some time. So I showed you guys the 1, the 2, and basically the 3 touch. It's a 3-point wave that we end up breaking out, consolidating into what we call the symmetrical triangle pattern, and then we start breaking out. So I contribute this, let's say this quadrant of price action to 1, 2, and about 3. And I believe this is probably accurate here. We can call this the symmetrical triangle pattern here that we ended up seeing right here in the market. All right, let me pull this drawing back for a second. What I'm getting a tad bit concerned about here is that I see a play that the institutions might be pulling again on everybody, just so I want to let you guys know. When we were getting to its previous all-time high for XRP, we ended up hitting this area, and then we had a massive wick down. What also happened was, I'm not trying to tell you guys we're going to get a mass liquidation again. I don't think this is probable. I think this is more of just a quick reprint, and I don't think this actually showed up on all exchanges anyways. But what I do want you to see here is that we did end up going through a drawdown period here on XRP where we came to the high and actually saw a 53% drawdown back down. I'll talk about this more tomorrow. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm just letting you guys visually know here that we are probably might be seeing, just from technical analysis, whenever you get to a previous high, this is usually where price ends up stalling, having a bit of a difficulty moving back up. And I can see this pattern potentially playing out again here, where we might see a little bit of this bullish momentum get subsided here a little bit and a pullback down. If the pullback does happen and we go back to 250 or 50% retracement, I do think that is definitely a time to be stocking up, guys. XRP is literally the best investment, I think, of our generation. I think there's a lot of good things coming for it. I want to show this to you guys real quick, just some more TA, if you guys want to just stick around for this. The 50% retracement is what I'm looking for, so you guys know, and I'm looking for this retrace right around this area here. So let me give this mark to you guys. I'm doing a little bit today because I really want to go into tax software tomorrow to load you guys up on that, because the amount of peace you're going to leave with tomorrow is going to be like, yes, I don't have to worry about taxes and the IRS doesn't have to come after me and I can just make a stupid amount of money and I'm safe. Like that's what you need to be feeling tomorrow. So I'm giving you guys a little TA today. $2.34. I would look at this area as a possible re-entry. Now, obviously Bitcoin could just fly up here and keep going, but I do think a pullback and a cool down is possibly probable. And then another mark I'm looking at for you guys is basically 295 and 237. Okay. So that's kind of what I see there. All right. Let me explain what I'm talking to you guys tomorrow about in what we call our weekly future forecast. This is every Tuesday and Friday. By now, if you guys have followed my channel, you know how to access this. It's in the link in the description and it's the first link. And if you guys are brand new, you guys get 25% off. I'll show you guys an update on my portfolio at the end here. I think we're getting close to 1.8 or $1.9 million in the portfolio. So I'll show that to you at the end. Let me talk about taxes here. So as the market goes up, usually what people end up doing is they take profit along the way, which I think most people realize. Obviously, you want to take profit along the way. But the big mistake that retail traders make a lot is they don't know what to do with their $1,000 profit here, their $300 profit here, $200 profit here. Most retail traders that I've even coached, I see them do this. They'll take profit. These are all positive profits. And it goes back into their cash account on their Coinbase. And then what they do is the market goes back down, they just re-enter this back into the market, not thinking about that they're probably, depending on their tax bracket, they're going to owe about 30% off every single one of these exits that they took, minus their cost basis or what we call the principal amount. So there's this dilemma that everyone looks at their portfolios at the end of the year and they're like, oh shoot, I owe a ton of money to the IRS. And it's literally like, guys, this big inflated balloon pop where everyone's excited and they're like, you kidding me? I have to owe $150,000 to the IRS now? Yes. I want to show you guys tomorrow how I actually have software connected up to multiple accounts. And this blew my mind. I love that finally we have software to do this. And I've been through 4 different tax softwares. I'll let you guys know the one I am using. You can hook up Ledger, which is really cool, Coinbase, and over 50 other exchanges. But I've connected Ledger, Coinbase, and Kraken. And a new law that went in that you guys need to realize for 2025, which was from 24 to 25, is you have to keep track of every single transaction that you do on your Ledger, your Coinbase, and your Kraken. Because here's the thing that retail is doing, is they're taking their money on Coinbase, transferring over to Ledger, and then going over to Kraken, and then going on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, and they're trading these DeFi tokens, but they aren't even keeping track of their taxes. And if the government audits you, you know, you're up a creek, and that's just, there's no peace in that whatsoever for your kids, your family at all. There is software that I'm using that does all of it. It tracks everything together and it gives you guys the actual dollar amount, not percentage, like the dollar amount that you owe. And then I can talk to you guys about how to actually translate this over if you're married, filing jointly, or single tomorrow, of what your tax burden is to be and how I actually shave off profit every time I make profit in the market and I put it in a tax account, in my savings account. This software, guys, is going to take all of the burden and the stress away from you of figuring out taxes so you can focus on one thing. And you should be focusing on one thing right now, guys. You need to be focusing on gains. If you are not focusing on gains, you're getting bogged down by finance, you're just going to miss this cycle. So I'm going to spend a whole future forecast tomorrow talking about this, and you guys can access this over in the description. The description will just send you guys over to tradeconfident.io. You guys will get a pop-up for 25% off the membership, and I'm just going to come out tomorrow morning and show this to you guys. So July 18th, get ready, guys. We're going in. We're diving into tax software. I'm going to give you guys an update on all of my exits. I will show you guys the 421% profit that we took, and I'll show you guys targets where we're looking to make over 10 and 11x this cycle. So I'm doing that tomorrow. And real quickly before I leave here, let me give you guys an update on the portfolio because I told you I would do this. We are currently sitting at the moment for this year. Last year, we took $140,000 of gains kind of in a bear market, but we still managed to pull out a decent amount. So we're at 1.8 million, almost exactly this morning. We are $803,000 in profit, and we have pulled back. I was at 164. This is going to be higher because we ended up taking just a very small. This hasn't renewed yet because I didn't renew the background. So this has not updated, but the actual dashboard is correct. We are at 1.8 million, $803,000 in profit on our principal amount. And there's a whole lot more gains to come, guys. Follow the future forecast. I will share every entry, every exit. You just have to promise me that you understand I'm not your financial advisor. I'll give you a ticket into my life. I'll share every entry, every exit that I have. And I'll teach you guys about tax software and risk management and how I'm bringing the Lord into trading. Okay? But promise me you guys will take responsibility for your own trades. But I'll be transparent with you guys of everything I do. All right, I love you guys. See you tomorrow morning in the future forecast. Bye, guys.